Hello everyone, today is Sunday. I have a device, I'm gonna review it, and it's the first DRS video of 2023. Wow. Just wow. And again, wow. Now this is something I've always wanted to review and I've never got around to it, but now that I have one, well, I've always had it for a good while being many years. And I just want to review it because, sure, why not? Was going to do it last year, but again, never got around to it. So here it is. I present to you, plump, the Voyager, or more to the point, the Power Joy Voyager. Power Joy is not written on the front, but it's in the back, but we'll get into it. Yeah, this is something I've always wanted to review, and here it is, right in front of you, right in front of your face and all that stuff. Yay, what a great way to kick off 2023 Device Review Sunday, right? Well, I'm sure it'll get better as time goes on. So, yes, what we have here is more than just a brick game, as you could tell by the rectangle that's on here and the screen and whatnot. But it is a famiclone. How can you tell? There's a game cartridge. It looks like a Game Boy cartridge, but it's not. But yeah, and more so, you have these. As a matter of fact, let's look what we got here. Voyager is what it says. There's the rectangle. How well you could see it, I don't know. And yep, unfortunately, it does not play monochrome games, but rather those brick games. So yep. Not going to bother with that, but I'll show you a little bit of it, just you know, to ease the pain a little. LED on this side, D-pad, not the best, but then again I felt worse. Face buttons, again not the best, but I felt worse. I don't know how well you could see that. Select, reset, and start does your functions. Your mono speaker, there's that. On the bottom, plug in a second controller, which I do have, and here where you plug in a power brick, which is of course a brick that gives that power. I have that as well. And on the side, yep, have it off, TV and LCD, because yes, three functions this thing has. Have it off completely, you know, TV function, and LCD is this thing, of course, right here. Your mono, stereo, and composite video, and that's where the cartridge goes. And yep, it even says it in the back, Power Joy Voyager, made in China, blah blah blah. And eventually this takes batteries, so if you don't want to use the power brick, you could always use 4 AAAs. That's good to know on that. So yeah, just to quickly show you the brick game thing. Yes, it's Beethoven, and not anymore. Well, you get the idea. You know what I've already reviewed the brick game thing I did last year, so go look at that if you want more in-depth detail on that. So, yep. And of course, so there's a, oh yeah, size comparison. Can't forget about size comparison. Yep, slightly smaller than the original Game Boy and less, well, I would say, you know, same thickness per se. Although one gives you good enjoyment, you know, in portability in games, while the other, I'm sure you figured it out and stuff. And as far as the weight to it, this is lightweight, where this one has some weight, even though there's no double A's in this one, where triple A's is a bit light, but yeah. So, quickly look at the cartridge. Power Joy PJ-008. Sounds like a character from somewhere, you know what it is. It does look like a Game Boy cartridge, even though, yeah, the contacts, I don't know how well you can see it. It's somewhat PCB-ish. Well, I say somewhat it's a PCB board, but compare the sizes of well, roughly the same. Although, yeah, they're not compatible with one another, so yeah, it won't work. I've tried it, it won't work. See? It just doesn't work. So, yeah, don't even bother asking because it doesn't work. And, of course, it has a screw, you know, so you can open it up and just expose it. So, there's that. And, I mean, this is the power brick that goes to it. And not much else, not interesting to see. And here are the controllers. Yeah, not the best controllers out there, but again, I've used worse. One has the same D-pad on the main unit with select and start, and I don't know what's going on with the buttons here, but yep. Of course, you're select and start, and there's this thing and this thing. Why, yes, it does have a light gun compatibility. If anybody wants to use this, you know, for your Doom ripoff, I'm more than welcome, or you're more than welcome to use this animation. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's supposed to having a separate light gun, so there's that. And as far as, I'm going to guess this is player 1. And player 2, well, gets a cheapo, somewhat analog stick, but it's not an analog stick, of course. It's D-pad. Press the whole thing down. Yeah, press the whole thing down, all 4 buttons at once. Select start. The face buttons much the same, except one has one is better than the other, but there's yeah, there's that. And of course it's 9 pins, so you could plug it in here like so, and have this. If I do it right, there we go. And just like that, you could play famiclones or brick games, you know, 2 in 1. How about that? But, yeah, and also, when I bought this, it didn't come with AV cables, but then again, no bother showing you because you know what AV cables look like, so there's that. So, yeah, not much to talk about in this regard. So, the good thing is, I have recorded footage of it last year, of the game, so I'll show you what I've recorded out of that. You know, throwing some audio in it as well, so I guess there's nothing left to do but to show you some gameplay footage of this and then give my final thoughts about it. So, yeah, so sit back and enjoy some gameplay footage and some rambling. So, yep, cue the footage.
Alright, so here are the 84 games in this one cartridge, the PJ-008. Scrolling a bit slowly, and you could pause anytime if you want to see all the games on there. But yep, I'm going to be going through all 84 games, so hope you got something to snack on or anything, because it's going to take a while on this one. So the first one we're going to take a look at is 80 Days, and that looks familiar. You might know this might be familiar because, well, this is the Japanese version of an existing game called, what was it? Perro's Great Adventure, Round the World of 80 Days. I'm sure you know the one. And of course the cat being the mascot of Toy Animation, as far as I know. Yep, could already tell we got a very inferior product compared to this one, so enough of that. Let's move on to 1942. Yep, the classic Capcom shmup. Yes, last 32 stage, and here we go, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. So yeah, I can imagine how a bit boring 1942 was, especially back then. I mean, playing the... Oh, got shot down. Well, arcade version's good, but not so much the NES version, but oh well. Well, you get the idea. Let's move on to the next game, which is Arkanoid. Yes, we're gonna play some Arkanoid, and yeah, you know what Arkanoid is. I don't think I need to explain Arkanoid to you. That classic Taito game. Would be nice if had support for the Faust controller, but alas, have to do with the... yeah. Anyway, moving on to next game, Aladdin 3. no title screen there, but who needs a title screen for a game called Aladdin 3? Some versions had it. If I remember correctly, there's another name for it is Magic Carpet 1001. Poor Aladdin. Oh well. I think that's enough. Moving on. Next game is Argus. Yes, Argus. Game by Jellico. It's a shmup. What else would it be? And yeah, just shooting down stuff. I mean, it's no. Look, it's Argus on the NES. What more do you want me to tell you? I mean, if you could get in the mood for it, go for it. If not, then you might as well be playing something else. And we will be playing something else, so I press the reset button as soon as I die. And the next game is Addis Island. Or more actually, Adventure Island. Yeah, you know Adventure Island, right? Or Wonder Boy. In this case, Adventure Island. I mean, there's 4 games in the series. 3 of them made it to the US and Europe, I think. Consume the role of Master Higgins, as opposed to the Wonder Boy from the Wonder Boy series that Sega did. But oh well. Yep. Higgins on a skateboard, or was on a skateboard, still throwing them hammers, collecting them hearts, eating all the fruit, trip the rocks, and you know how this game works. And poor Master Higgins. Next game is ASCII, whatever ASCII is. Oh, something Wars. I'm guessing it's Penguin Kun Wars, or that. Now I gotta input a name. Who cares? Just put A. Yep, Com versus A. And you're just throwing balls to the other side, preventing the opponent doing the same to you. It don't look as fun. And yeah. God, that's annoying. A, get perfect game. A, get a set. And A, yes, get a set. That's annoying. Let's move on to the next game, shall we? Our next game is Arabian. Or Super Arabian. I don't know what's super about this Arabian, but oh well. And it's a game at... Oh, I died. That's not a good start. Let's try that again. Yes, 1 player. I don't think I've ever played it as much as I would expect it, but then again, I don't think it made it to the NES. I know Famicom did, but oh, and I died again. I know in Japan it did via the Famicom, but oh well. It looks boring. We shall move on to the next game as soon as okay, there we go. Next up is Badminton. Yes, Super Dynamics Badminton. 1 to 4 coats. Just pick 1 singles game, start. And I guess I'll beat Japan, taking on the USA. Yep, it's a game of badminton. What else do you want me to tell you? Yep, it's badminton. Good game if you could get into it, but alas, I can't. I mean, I could, but I'm filming and doing video and stuff. So we shall move on to the next game, which is Baltron. Yes, Baltron. A long, long time ago, 1 player or 2 players. 1 up, ready, go. Yes, it's a shmup. You know, scrolling shmup. You know the ones. With the somewhat annoying sound effects, not interesting music. I'm sure there's other shmups I could be playing than this. Then again, I could be playing something else, which will we do right now. And we will be playing B-Wings. Yes, B-Wings, that classic, you know the one. Just pick our side weapon here. Go with the multi. Yay! Stage 1. Get ready, score, all that stuff. Gonna be honest, I don't think I've played B-Wings as much. But then again, I'm better off playing something else other than B-Wings. And we shall play something else. And we will do that. Our next game is Bird Week. And Bird Week is you play the role of a bird doing stuff. I'm sorry, but I couldn't get into Bird Week. Poor birdie. We will move on. Next game is Boat Race. Please select Boat Race. Or, more to the fact, rip off F1 Race. Or palette swap with F1 Race. Yay, I'm on a boat and oh wow. Seizure-inducing roads, or water I should say. So yeah, it's F1 race with boats. Down to the skidding and whatnot. Not sure why this didn't make it to the US, you know, as part of a black box originals from way back when, but oh well, at least we bomb, as it says. Yep, didn't make it to the NES. Unofficially, of course, played these in multi-carts, but yeah. Oh well, next game. Next game is Brush Roller, or, I'm sorry, Boom Man. Yes, Boom Man, or more to the point, Bomberman. You know what Bomberman is. You play as the Bomberman, blowing stuff up, and enemies and such. And poor Bomberman. Next game. Next game is Brush Roller. Yes, this time we're playing. Oh god, that's terrifying. Brush Roller, kinda ish Pac-Man. Don't look too interesting. Not so interesting music, and yeah, that sounded annoying. And so is this game, and we should be playing something else. Let's play something else. Next game is Clay Shoot. Unfortunately, can't play it because, I mean, you can because of the gun, but since I'm using a capture card to, you know, get footage out of this, yeah, I'm not shooting anything. But let's assume that you are, but yeah. This was on Duck Hunt, you know, and sadly Duck Hunt's not on here. Oh well. Next game. Next game is Chack and Pop. Yes, Chack and Pop. That classic, I think. Never really touched Chack and Pop in terms of playing it, but oh well. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, it don't look too good. I mean, it looks good, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh well. Oh, poor Pop or Chack, whatever. Next game. Next game is Circus Chably. Or, more to the point, Circus Charlie. I'm sure you've seen this in other famiclones and multi-carts and what have you. It's the one and only Konami classic, as they say. Yep, can't get enough of... poor Charlie. Next. Next game is City Connection. Yes, the one and only City Connection, the game, as opposed to the company. And you play the role of this car, or should I say, you control the car. I think its name is Clarice, if I'm not mistaken. And you pretty much paint the road with that. Whatever you're doing. Poor kitty. Next. Next game is Challenger. And Real-Time Adventure Challenger. Or Real-Time Action Adventure Challenger. As what I meant to say. Scene 1, Stop the Express. What if I don't want to? What if I just want to get off the train and not bother with this? Which I plan to do, and then why am I throwing knives at the birds? And I fell. That's Challenger, everybody. Next game. Next up on the list is Dig Dug. You know Dig Dug, right? Yes, Dig Dug on NES, which didn't make it to the US, which is unfortunate. I don't understand why, since Dig Dug 2 was for the NES. That wasn't a good start. Oh well. But you know what Dig Dug is. You're looking at it right now. Now how Dig Dug is. Poor guy. Oh well, next game. Next is Doughboy. Yes. Doughboy. Yeah. Sounds interesting. Can't wait to play Doughboy. And oh, I died. And oh, and I died again. What am I supposed to be doing? I keep dying after every time I get out the trench hole, I keep dying. Oh, whatever. It's boring. Can't be bothered. Next. Next up is Druaga, or the Tower of Druaga. A classic from Namco, as they say. And I'm pretty sure it is a classic, because the Game Over tune is the classic Namco tune and such. Yes, Tower of Druaga. Looks alright. I could be playing for as long as I could with this, but I'm doing film stuff, so we shall move on. Next. Next up is Devil World. Yes, the classic Nintendo game Devil World, which did not make it here in America because just take a look. All that stuff what you see before you is the reason why Devil World didn't make it to the US. But yet the devil guy up top somehow made it as a trophy in one of the Smash Brothers games. Oh well. Looks fun though, Pac-Man-ish. But then again, yeah. Oh well, next game. Next up is Ding Dong. Yes, Ding Dong. Or more to the point, Binary Land. With palette swaps of characters or such. And just take down spider webs and spiders and can't be bothered to collect that bonus on the bottom. Get those two to kiss. And that's Ding Dong or Binary Land. Whatever. Next. Next up is Door Door. Yes, a game called Door Door. It don't look interesting, but a very early Chunsoft game, I think. So yeah, what Door Door is, you play the role of Squishmallow, who opens doors, get the little critters to the door, close the door, rinse, wash, repeat, moving on. Next up is Dynamite Bowl. And that was Dynamite Bowl for you. Yes, it's a bowling game, as you can tell. So just pick a player here. Nah, pick anyone. Oh, let's turn the lights on the bowling alley. So, and just play bowling. Play a game of bowling as whatever. Just throw the ball, knock the pins down. Oh, I left two up. Could I at least get a spare? Or attempt to get a spare. Alright, here we go for the spare. I think I messed that up. Can I get a spare? No, I cannot. So whatever, moving on. Next up is Elevator Action. Yes, Elevator Action, the classic Taito game. Which seen some how can I say it, updates to the Elevator Action game, with one called Elevator Action Returns for the Saturn, which also released in the arcades. Oh, and if I remember right, wasn't Dexter's Laboratory also a Taito game? which based off the elevator action formula. I don't know, I don't remember, it's been a long time. But I do know that elevator action was also got a version for the PS3. If you could get into it, it's kind of fun, but yeah, whatever. Next up on the list is Exerion. Yeah, you know the one, Exerion. That classic shmup. One player. Take down stuff. Good stuff, Exerion. I could be playing this than something else. But then again, I could be playing something else other than Exerion, and my shit blew up, and yep. Whatever. Next up is Formation Z, or Formation Z, if you want to pronounce it that way. Yep. Control the bot, shoot down stuff, and that's pretty much all you do. You could also jump, turn into a ship, and yeah. I heard once upon a time that Formation Z was interesting, a fun game to play. Unfortunately, it's 2023, and yeah. Oh well, time to crash the plane. There we go. And move on to the next game. Next up is Frontline. Yes, Frontline. And if memory serves me right, it's a classic Taito game. Although I never played Frontline before. Well, I have in the past, but yeah. It's a classic, they said. You know, good Taito game, but oh well. It is what it is. Moving on. Next up is Fire Dragon. Yes, Fire Dragon. And you won't believe what this game is. It is Snake. Yes, Snake. I always wanted to play Snake. In fact, I could play Snake on the Nokia 3310 if I want to. So, that is Snake. Let's move on to the next game. Next up is Flappy. Yep. With seizure-inducing text. That is Flappy. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. It don't look interesting. Well, if I took the time to figure out how to play Flappy, then pretty much yeah. But alas, oh, poor Flappy. Yeah, player 1. I'm moving on to the next game because yeah. Next up is Flippool, or Lipool, or trying to spell it. Normal or advanced. I'll go with normal. And, oh, it's that puzzle game. I forgot what it's called, but I'm not very good at this puzzle game, to be honest with you. Yeah, if I took the time to figure out how to play it, I would, but alas, I don't have that much time, so unfortunately, we're going to have to move on to the next game. Next up is Filed Combat. Yes, Filed Combat, or Field Combat. Yeah, they misspelled field. And of course, this is Field Combat. You take the enemies from the... You take the opposing soldiers and convert them as your own and take down this army or whatever. I've played this before. I didn't quite like it, unfortunately. Whatever. Next. Next up is Galaga. You know the one. Galaga. Classic arcade Galaga. You should know it. Yeah, Galaga's good. Galaxian's good as well. And there's another one that nobody talks about. Gaplus, or here in America we called it Galaga 3. I don't know why, but hey, marketing. Yep, good classic Galaga. Shoot down these Galagans, whatever you call them. I know what it is, but it's been a long time. Yep, take... whatever, just take my ship. Yes, fighter captured. Let's move on, shall we? Next up is Galg. Yes, Galg. Terrible font title. Get 100 enemy parts to destroy Drag. The number of parts 300. Player 1. Are you ready? No, I am not, but okay. Vertical scrolling shmup. And you're out collecting parts. And I died. Oh well. And I died again. And I lost the patience for this, so we are moving on to the next game. Next up is Gaimus. Yes, Gaimus. Sounds very catchy, but it's not exactly Xerion, isn't it? Oh well. Just shoot down stuff, what you see before you. And... why am I even bothered with Gaimus? Oh well. Let's move on to the next game. Next up is Gyrodyne. Yes, Gyrodyne. And you gotta love the opening tune that plays. Yep, that was fun. And you control a chopper. It started life as Gyrodyne until eventually it became Tiger Heli and eventually Kyokyoku Tiger or Twin Cobra. It's fun. It's endless, but still, it's fun. I wish I had all day to play this, but I don't, so we are moving on. Next up is Goonies. Yes, the classic Konami game Goonies. No title screen, no Konami logo. Anti-piracy measures. Oh. Oh wait, I'm thinking Ninja TMNT 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. I played Goonies before, and I can't get far in this game. And I find it uninteresting for me to play Goonies, but whatever. Oh well. Let's move on to the next game, shall we? Next up is Gotcha. Yes, there's a game called Gotcha. And this game is a light gun game. And therefore I can't play it. I mean, I could, but capture a card. And you're supposed to take these guys down. Yep, don't look interesting, and yeah. Gotcha! That's what it's supposed to say, but yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next game, which is Galaxians. Or just Galaxian. The one and only. With a 0 on the top left hand corner. And the bullets move faster for some reason. Oh, I died. That's Galaxian, folks. Shall we move on to the next game? Yes. Next game is Gradius. The one and only Gradius. And this is Gradius, folks. Yep. Good old Gradius. There is Gradius 2, though. Ow. And I died. Good start. Yeah, Gradius 2, released for the Famicom, didn't make it to the NES, unfortunately. Or, yeah, Gradius 2, otherwise known as Vulcan Venture. I heard it's fun. I wouldn't know, but oh well. Well, you get the idea of what Gradius is. So I think we should move on to the next game before I spent all day playing Gradius. So let's move on. Next up is, oh god, Hyper Olympic. Frickin' Hyper Olympic. This game cannot escape the famiclones or the multi-cards. They always have to appear everywhere. Either as in one package or... And what's going on? Oh. Okay, I just had to do that. But at least we could watch the 100-meter dash. I mean, because now that we're here. But yeah. Hyper Olympic, Hyper Sports Track and Field. They're everywhere. Yes, got the world record. Move on to the next game. Next up is Joust. Yes, gotta love Joust. The classic, was it Williams? Yes, the classic Williams game of Joust. And of course that formula was taken to make Balloon Fight and some other games down the road. Joust is good fun. I think I've played this on the, oh, I died. Yeah, I think I've played this on the, I died again. Stop doing terrible, RedHotMaki. Okay. There's another version I played it on. I think it was on the, I don't remember. I know I played on the NES, but whatever. Moving on. Next up is Karateka, or Karateka, however you want to pronounce it. Classic tune there. And the goal of Karateka is beat down these guys and rescue the person that's, why do I even bother? I'm sure you've played this before in some form or fashion. Obviously not on the NES, officially, but yeah, it's good. Yes, get knocked down. Walk through the thing and move on to the next game. And we should be playing, the next game is Kage. I know it says Cage, but it's actually the Legend of Kage. Yep, there's the princess, or Hime. Gets captured. Play him, or you play as him, and you have to rescue the princess. And lightning effects. Good game. Eventually we have to wait more than a decade or so to play the sequel, which I heard is not fun, but whatever. And he died. Next game is Load Runner. Yes, Load Run is on here. To be quite honest with you, I'm really not a fan of Load Runner. But yeah, seriously, I'm not a big fan of Load Runner, to be honest. For some reason, I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, you're just collecting things, avoiding the Bomberman, and bye-bye. And if that wasn't enough, Load Runner 2, or more to the point, Championship Load Runner, or Championship Load Runner, I should say. Yeah, double the pain of Load Runner. Can't be bothered. Why does this thing exist, to be honest? I don't know about you, but I feel like playing another game. And we shall do that right now. Next up is Lunar Ball. Because of course, Lunar Ball. It's a fun game, as once said. And of course, Lunar Ball is a pool game. I think it was also known as Lunar Pull, if I'm not mistaken. Catchy tune there. And just like that, you just play a game of pool. If I had the interest and the foresight to play pool, I would. But since I'm doing a video, we're going to have to move on to the next game. And we shall be playing the next game, which is Macross. Yes, the classic game of Macross. Just gotta wait for her, I forgot her name, to gong the bell. There we go. And just like that, Ready Valkyrie 3 left. And play a game of Macross. To be honest, I'd rather be playing this than anything else, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even know why this didn't make it to the NES. I mean, in original form, as opposed to it appearing in multi-carts and such. If I had the time, I would play this all day, but I can't, so next game. Next game is Magic Jewelry. Yes, Jewelry. And it is... well, it's Columns. Sega's classic game, Columns. And got the Statue of Liberty there. And music from, was it Brush Roller? Yep. You know, I could be very good at Columns, but not this version of Columns. In fact, I'd rather be playing Columns on the Sega Genesis than playing it on here. Yep, Columns is Columns. I don't know what else to tell you, or what more should I tell you? But I could tell you this though. Well, moving on to the next game. Next game is Magmax. Yes, Magmax, the classic Nichibutsu or Nihon Busan game, which I have very little recollection of. Yeah. Yeah, Magmax by Nichibutsu. I'm surprised no other... oh, I died. Yep, that goes to show you how how much of a recollection I have of this game. And go in here and go underneath. And yep. I can't be bothered, so we'll move on to the next game. Next up is Mappy, the classic, the one and only classic. Off to a good start. Anyways, you know Mappy, right? That classic game from Namco. Everybody knows Mappy. And just play a good game of Mappy. Collect the stuff, avoid the cats. Next game is Millipede, the sequel to Centipede, with music from Joust. If you don't know what Millipede is, then this is Millipede. It's basically Centipede, with DDTs on top, and a gray gradient in the bottom for whatever reason. And move on to the next round and such. And next game. Next up is Othello. Ah, that's annoying. Yep, Othello with balloons, copyright 1988. Othello is what it is. Well, you got a guy there smoking a cigarette. Primary, medium, senior, 2 players. I'll stick with primary, please. Level 1. Yeah, you know the one. Othello, Reversi, Go, Gomoku Nabare. You know the one. I have very little patience with this. But yeah. I don't know about you, but I feel like playing another game. And we shall do that right now. Next up is Puyon, the classic Konami game Puyon, where these two are just having a good time. One gets captured by this thing, and it's up to this other thing to rescue. You know the classic Puyon. Very catchy music, though. I'll give it that. I mean, if I had the patience to play, you know, a good game of Puyon, I would, but alas, I don't. Because, you know, I'm doing a video and such. Ah, poor, he fell down. Anyway, next game. We shall play in the next game. Next up is Pac-Land. Good old Pac-Land for the NES, which I've never played. Sorry, I just had to take a sip of drink. So yeah, Pac-Land on NES, which honestly I've never played. I've played the arcade versions via the Pac-Man and Namco museums, so I can't really give more insight on this version. But at least play one round of it just to show you what it looks like. It does look like fun, but then again, I'd rather be playing the arcade original if given the choice. But yeah, good old Pac-Man. Yep, gobble all the ghosts. Break time. Next game. Next up is Paperboy. Very interesting to see Paperboy on here. Not sure why Paperboy is on here, but then again, yeah, good old Paperboy. I'd rather be playing the Genesis version of it, to be honest with you. And yes, there is a Genesis version of Paperboy, as well as its sequel. And of course, you just throw the papers into the mailboxes or the front doors and to your customers and avoid stuff that's in front of you. Good classic fun, but oh, he crashed. Yep, Paperboy is yep, it's a lot of fun. Just not on the NES version as far as I know. Anyway, next game. Next up is Pandamar. Or it's Super Mario Brothers with panda sprites. Well, at least you gotta throw in a Super Mario Brothers game in there. Even if it's a palette swap of Mario with a panda. Oh, oh, that was great. So yeah, if you like Super Mario Brothers and you like pandas, then this is probably not for you because the music is very annoying. And the sound effects are just annoying. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't stop at Sorry for me sucking at this is not because I mean, I can play Super Mario Brothers very good, just the abundance of the music is very annoying. Even worse so is that when you get the flag, yeah, you just hear that constant. And once you enter the pipe, the music will begin. As I say that. Sorry, but this panda's gotta go. And we're gonna move on to the next game. And that next game is Penguin. Which does not look like a penguin to me, to be honest. I don't know what this game is. I mean, judging by its Japanese characters, I'm sure it's only released for the Famicom. Yep, just eat stuff, spit out stuff, and avoid the little doggy on the bottom, I think. Aw, why did I shoot the little doggy? That's very messed up on my part. I apologize. What I want to apologize is, this game sucks. Move on to the next game. Next up is Route 16. Or Route 16 Turbo, the classic. To my understanding, a Sunsoft classic. Kind of plays like Rally X. Except you're just collecting stuff from all the maps. Gotta love that effect there. And I just went boom. This did not make it to the NES, unfortunately. Oh well. Next game. Next up is Raid on Bangling Bay. The classic game from Will Wright. The man who made SimCity and The Sims and stuff. I heard it's good. But yeah. I think it came out on the, if I remember, if I'm not mistaken, the Commodore 64. I have not played that version, so I can't speak on that. But yep, just control the chopper, shoot down stuff. I don't know what the objective is, and if I had the time, the patience to know, I would, but unfortunately, like I said time and time again, I'm filming a video, so I can't. All I can do is move on to the next game. Next up is Road Fighter. Oh god, Road Fighter. You all know what Road Fighter is. Road Fighter is... Yep, it's Road Fighter. You control the red car. Try to go from A to P. A to P? Wow, that would take forever. I meant A to B without running out of fuel or crashing into things. Collect bonuses as you go along. And try not to crash. Which I'm gonna crash anyway. There we go. Next game. Next up is Sky Destroyer, which is something that destroys skies, or more to the point, try to become a game that's similar to Afterburner. Oh, it does look interesting, controlling a fighter plane shooting down other fighter planes, and and drop some charges into the ocean. It does look fun. I think it was also an arcade classic to my understanding, but then again, I would not know since I have not played that version. Oh well. Yeah, drop more things into the water. save the ocean, as they say. Shooting down other planes. Next game. Next up is Space E.T. E.T. for the NES? No, it's Space Invaders. How can you tell it's Space Invaders? There, it's Space Invaders. Do I need to explain do I need to explain Space Invaders to you? I don't think I do. Everybody knows about Space Invaders. Retro gamers knows about Space Invaders. Even office people know about Space Invaders. Hell, I go as far as saying even my parents know about Space Invaders, and they don't even play video games. But yeah. Yeah, Space Invaders. I have that on the Atari 2600. Believe it or not. And as far as I'll go is Space Invaders. As soon as I shoot down that ship, we will move on to the next game. Next up is Stargate. Yep, 3 times we hear that same song because we like that song. And Stargate is, well, Punch-Out songs. Stargate is Defender. You know Defender, right? That classic game of Defender. You know what it is? Where protect the people from the bottom, shoot down these enemies, go through these warp holes, the annoying sound effect. Next game. Next up is Star Force. Yes, the classic game of Star Force, made by Tecon, now known as Tecmo, and shoot down things that get in your way. Yeah, it does look like fun, to be honest, but if I had the patience, I'd probably speedrun this game. Well, not speedrun, but complete playthrough of this, but I can't since I'm gonna finish this video pretty soon. So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to move on to the next game, and I died. Next up is Sun. You know Sun, right? Of course you know Sun. It's that character that you use in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But Sun. Let's go Tenjiku. Good luck. Okay. Although my name's not Tenjiku, it's RedHotMaki, but whatever. So yeah, This is Sun, everybody. Shoot down enemies, collect stuff, and die. That's not a good start. And die again. Again, it's not a good start. So, yeah, this is the whole of Sun, everybody. Music's kind of alright, I guess. And, oh, Sun died. Bye-bye, Sun. Let's move on to the next game, shall we, Sun? Next up is Spartan, or Spartan X. You may know this game as Kung Fu, or it's originally known as Kung Fu Master. The game from IREM, which Nintendo did. Not bad version though. I mean, it's very good. I'll give it that. Play the arcade original, it's even better. Just stay away from the 2600, even the 7800 version of Kung Fu Master. But oh well. Good fun, this game. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to move on to the next game. Next up is Spelunker. Yes, the classic game of Spelunker. With that classic tune. Yep, you do whatever it is you gotta do. So, climb up this rope here. If I can climb it up. And and try not to die from very high distances, because that's the thing. Oh well. Fortunately, we're gonna have to move on to the next game. And oh, for Spelunker. Oh well. Next game is Spy vs. Spy. Hey, who remembers Spy vs. Spy? Anybody who is into the Mad Magazine, Mad TV scene back then, or something to that extent. Yep, level 1. So you play as a spy, fighting against other spy. If you could catch up to the other spy and just beat the crap out of the other spy. I mean, that's just much more to it. And he got defeated. Great. Oh well, moving on. Next up is Scoon. Yep, the good old game of Scoon, where you play as a submarine, shooting torpedoes and depth charges. Not much to say in that game, in regards, but yeah. If only that phase 1 left 2 goes away pretty time soon. And just take down stuff. Or shoot down stuff, rather. And die. Next game. Next up is Star Slider. Or Star Soldier, rather. Love Star Soldier. It's a good shmup by Hudson Soft. I like the original. Super Star Soldier, hard but good. Soldier Blade is even better. Vanishing Earth is also good, and I died. Yeah, Vanishing Earth on the Nintendo 64 is pretty good, and Star Soldier R on the WiiWare. Yeah, it's more of a caravan thing. You know, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, all that stuff. Could play this all day if I want to, but next. Next up is Star Luster. Yeah, someone that lusts stars. I just picked something. Yep, destroy all enemies and defend the universe. That's my mission. And I shall do that when I'm not doing, when I'm not making video for, yeah, I'm not making a video. And I don't know what I'm doing here, so unfortunately, and I can choose stuff. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move on to the next game, and we shall. Next up is Tag Team, or more to the point, Tag Team Pro Wrestling. Yep. Player ready. Yes. It's a wrestling game with speech samples. That's even better still. If I had the time to play this, I would, but To be honest, I'd rather be playing this than any WWF game from back then. WrestleMania Challenge is pretty good, but yeah. WrestleMania and of course Steel Cage Challenge is mediocre. King of the Ring, I wouldn't even bother. And the referee counts. How about that? Yep, we got it like that. And oh, okay. We'll have to move on to the next game, unfortunately. Next up is Tank. Yes, freaking Tank. Or to be more accurate, Battle City. Why do these things always appear in multi-carts and famiclones? Why? Why? Whatever. They're there for a purpose, just to annoy people, and I could care less about Battle City, so I'll just, you know, get a game over that way. And, yep. Move on to the next game, please. Next up is Twinbee. Yes, Twinbee, the classic shmup or cute 'em up by Konami. Gotta love Twinbee, although haven't seen anything further with the Twinbee series as of late. Other than Otome DS, or no, not even Otome DS. I don't know. I think I'm just swaying off subject here, but whatever. So yeah, shoot the bells for different results. That's nice, but still I can't be bothered. Move on to the next game. Next up is wrestling. Or, more to the point, wrestle. Or to be more accurate, it's muscle. Yeah, you know the one, Muscle. Good classic game from Bandai, I think. And you already tagged in your partner real quick. Okay, I get it. It looks fun. Wrestle or Muscle does look fun. If I had the time and patience to play it, but yet again, I don't, so oh well. We're gonna have to move on to the next game, unfortunately. Next up is Wisdom. Yes, we all could use some wisdom. Or actually Wisdom Boy. With text on top, which I don't understand. Press start. Yay, 3 difficulties, either timed or not timed. And pick one, and it's that puzzle game. I'm sorry, I just can't get into those puzzle games. They don't look fun. And I care less about playing puzzle games, so can we take this off the screen, please? Please? Well, good news, 4 games left. So, we're moving on to Warpman. Yep, Warpman is apparently it's a sequel to something, I don't know what. And I could see why this didn't make it in the arcades. Or was it an arcade game? I don't know. But whatever. Does look interesting, just shooting down things in space, or just walking in space, unless that's a floor, but whatever. Next up is World Cup, or World Cup 2002 by New Game Star, or to be more accurate, Nintendo's Soccer. Let's just pick a team. And I just noticed these soccer players are not humans, they're mutant demon rabbits. Now that's fun. And look, could I just score a goal, please? Or somewhere along the lines, can I at least score a goal? Hooray for human demon rabbits playing soccer or football. Yeah, don't mind Mutant Demon Rabbits kicking the ball, you know, gently. Hey, guess what? I scored a goal. That's good. Can we move on to the next game? Second to the last game is Exvius with a purple background for some reason. Yep, the good old classic Xevious. You all know what Xevious is, so I don't think I need to explain Xevious. A good shmup from Namco. Good stuff, this. We're down to one more game, and we shall take a look at the very last game, which is Zippy Race, or Moto Race, or Traverse USA. That is catchy. He lied. So yeah, if you don't know what Zippy Race is, a classic arcade game from Irem, I think. We play as a cyclist avoiding cars. Or these assholeless cars that, yeah, it's kind of like in real life, I guess. Got these people who don't know how to drive. All this road, and it's still not enough. But yeah. And apparently you got infinite lives, but you don't have infinite fuel. So you just gotta reach from A to B. Have some fuel left over for a bonus, I think. And don't touch the grass because you'll fall. And speed up and don't... Yeah. Poor guy. Yeah, so let's just get this over with. And we took a look at all 84 games, so here's some closing footage to finish this video off, and my throat's running dry, so yep. Here's my final thoughts on this thing.
Yep. All 84 games on this thing. Was it really worth your time and mine? Probably not. But of course, you can get these games in the original form if you want to, or otherwise, you can get them in collections in one if you're lucky enough. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Power Joy Voyager. Not so much a good start, to be honest with you, on Device Review Sunday, you know, for the first one of 2023. But hey, it's a start, but things will get better eventually. And yep, the glare and all that stuff. So yeah, yeah, up to this point, yeah, that'll do it for me. Normally I don't say this, you know, but you know, with the amount of views I'm getting, you know, as of last year when I started this thing, thank you, yeah, thank you for you know, watching and showing your support. At the very least, I'll try to comment as best as I can, or when I can, if anything. I know I don't express it because, of course, I might as well just say it here right now. You know, I like doing, you know, videos like these, you know, as a hobby. Not in it for the money, not in it for the sponsorship. You know, case in point, you know, when I did the Monster Gaming thing just last year, October, I'm surprised Monster didn't contacted me and saying, oh, did you get all this stuff, you know, sponsored stuff, you know, sponsored content? Nope, I bought that with my own money. So there's that. And I'll continue to do things like this, spend my own money and stuff. Because again, I'm not in it for the money. I just do it because I enjoy it. And for those who have subscribed in the past, thank you. And yeah, I normally don't show it, so yeah. So anyway, yeah, that'll do it for me. And this is the part where I'd say, if you want one of these, either two places, either eBay will have them, or nearby swap meets or yard sales will have them, because, you know, of course they would sell them. So yep. So yeah, that is about it. I've already said my piece. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll continue to provide good content as going forward with 2023, because of course 2022, it had its moments, but now good things should be moving forward, you know, as I continue to do this and all that stuff. So, yep. Till then, take care, stay safe, and have the rest of the evening, shall we say, in good harmony and good everything else. And until then, see ya.